In a few minutes, we'll be back talking to Ken Feltus about his trip around Australia prior to coming back to live back in South Australia. Welcome back, Ken.
Thanks, Gary.
Good. Now, when we left last time, you were travelling around Australia. So did you go around the caravan, or did you just?
No, I bought a big touring coach and had it all fitted out.
What, like a bus?
Yeah, like a Premier bus that you go into stay in.
Yep.
And had that fitted out, and we took the kids out of school for a year.
How old were the kids at that stage?
My daughter was probably 4 or 5, and the boys were probably 7.
So the boys, did you say they had twins?
I got twin boys from my second marriage and a daughter.
Yep.
As well. The boys are now 28.
Yep.
And my daughter's 22.
Okay, so at that stage, how old were they? Just.
I think Amy was about 5.
Okay, so we're
and the
talking.
boys were about 7 or 8.
Okay, 17 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were travelling around with the intention of what?
Well, was having a look around. We were in the middle of a drought at Kadina, and Australia was in a drought, and I had this vision of buying a big motel somewhere. But we sort of couldn't find one that suited us as a family.
So how long did you travel around?
About 8 or 9 months.
Okay, and then so that didn't eventuate. So did you still own the property in?
I still owned the property in Kadina, and while we were travelling around, a fella rang me. We were up in New South Wales somewhere, and he said he wanted to buy the property. He was a farmer from Tintinara, and I didn't know what we were going to do at that stage. And I just said to him, put a price on it, and he put a price on it, and I said, well, you own it.
Oh, that's good.
He wanted to buy it. It was probably a lot more than you would get if you put it on the market.
Okay, that's cool.
So we sold that and...
Came back to Adelaide?
No, I ended up buying a place in Mount Gambier.
Okay, so that's how we got to Mount Gambier.
Yeah, so we bought a property there.
So you got rid of the bus and all that?
Sold the bus after we settled in Mount Gambier.
Yep. What were you doing in Mount Gambier?
Nothing.
Retired again?
Retired again.
The man of many postcodes is retired again.
Yeah, then I...
How long did you retire for this time, Ken?
Couple of years.
Couple of years, okay.
And then I started a bus company.
Okay, and let me have a guess. How long did you have that for?
No, a couple of years.
And then what, you had a
sold that.
You went into retirement?
Yeah, went into retirement again, yeah. So in between that, after that, we bought a cafe in Mount Gambier as well.
So when you were in Mount Gambier, did you have acres or you just lived in the township?
I had 6 acres with a big home on it and a bed and breakfast cottage on it.
Oh, okay.
So I had a couple of horses down there.
Were you training them yourself?
Yeah.
On the track? Did you have the horses at the track?
No, I had them at my place. I used to work them down through the pines and that down there, and then fast work them in Mount Gambier.
So whereabouts were you in Mount Gambier?
About 7 k's out on the Nelson Road.
Which is what?
Just out of Mount Gambier.
So, yeah. East Gambier.
Yeah, just was called OB Flat.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a place out there.
So did you have any nice horses there, Ken?
I only mucked around. I had a little horse called Harleen Wizard that I got off Tony Robinson. He won a few and won his Vic-bred bonus in stall. I took him to stall and he won.
So were you still driving at that stage?
Yeah.
So when did you give up driving?
Well, I gave up driving a long time ago when I was here and put David Thorp on. David drove a lot of winners for me. Smooth Albert and Al Monsieur.
So was that when he was when he had his junior? When he was a junior?
Yeah, he was a good little driver.
So I reckon David drove nearly. Well, he didn't. I don't think he got the 500, but he drove.
He drove a lot of winners.
I think he drove 480 or 490 winners, David.
Yeah.
So a lot of people wouldn't realise.
Well, when I was in Kadina the first time, I sort of got to the stage where I didn't enjoy driving much.
No, exactly. So once.
And I thought, I don't know, I'm getting older.
So when you went down to Mount Gambier, you were driving again.
I started driving again.
So you'd come out of retirement in the driving.
Yeah, but I was only driving around there and stuff like that. And if I bought a horse to Adelaide, I'd put
David Harding or someone up there at one stage.
Well, David had a heap of horses for me down here that I sent down from mountain.
So you had the bus company and you had a little sort of Airbnb sort of thing, or
we had
accommodation. How long were you in Mount Gambier for?
11 years.
11 years. So.
No, 17 years. Sorry.
17. So then, when did you leave the Mount?
4th of April this year.
Oh my God! You've only just left.
Yeah.
So you where are you living now?
At Kadina.
So that's a new house you built or bought or just?
No, I bought a house and completely renovated it.
Okay.
We've just finished renovating it, and enjoying retirement.
So you just got you and your wife. The kids are all gone.
They're all gone. Yeah,
They're gone.
Yeah. So
do they live in Adelaide or?
The boys are still at Mount Gambier and Amy's in Adelaide, but she's married a farmer and she's going to Butte, which is only just up the road. So that's the main reason we sort of moved back to Kadina.
Okay, all right, that's a bit marginal. Butte, the old farming at Butte, isn't it?
Yeah,
So you are now, we can officially say...
I am a grey nomad.
You are now retired.
You're right.
So you don't do anything? Do you have any interest in any horses?
Nothing.
Nothing. So what was the last horse you had?
Don't need an excuse.
Which you had down here with David Harding, didn't you?
No, David had Saab Magic for me, which I had bought in Mount Gambier.
Yep.
David won the Horse of the Year with him and everything, did a fantastic job. And then I bought a mare from New Zealand called Don't Need an Excuse, who David had, and won her first 6 starts for me, and we sold her.
Backed a few times too, just quietly.
Yeah.
Not that I'd know, but...
No, you wouldn't know. But
I would know.
Yeah, David did a great job with those two. And
Very
then
astute man.
I bought Don't Need an Excuse from New Zealand. And gave it to David, and he just didn't sort of click with the horse. So he rang me and said, "Oh, look, I'm not getting on with this horse. I don't know, can't work him out."
Yeah.
So I took him back to the mountain, started mucking around with him myself, and reshot him and got him going. And I thought, gee, this is a nice horse, you know. And
So who was driving him down there?
young Robert Shepherd.
Oh yeah, yep.
I'd only give him a couple of starts down there, and then I brought him to Globe Derby on a Monday, and we backed him off the map, and he won by 30 metres.
Oh, cool.
Real nice horse. And then I left him with Tony Robinson down here, and Tony won his next 5 starts with him.
Yeah,
He did a great job with him.
So where's he now? Sold?
He's in America.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was my last horse I had involvement with in terms of training.
Okay, so I mean, how many winners do you reckon you trained, and how many you reckon you drove?
Oh, God, I don't know, Gary.
Because you loved the challenge of the horse that wasn't going right, didn't you? You loved the challenge of getting it up when it wasn't going any good. You'd tinker around, and all of a sudden it'd pop up at Mildura or whatever, and
Mildura was a great hunting ground for me.
Yeah, and whatever.
I used to buy a lot of horses from Victoria. No, they're only $3,000 and $4,000 horses. I never
Those
bought
days
them.
are sort of gone now. We used to sell a lot to Western Australia. They'd send them over to here, and blokes would get them going. You know, your Cyril Potters and your Peter Thompson and whatever, and you send them. But now most of them just don't.
No,
you know, the ones with any ability to just bypass here, you know, they either get sold to Queensland or straight to the West anyway. So
yeah, I bought a lot of horses out of Victoria, all with Vic bonuses. That was the only criteria I would look at. Never bought them from top trainers, because I always figured that if they're top trainers for a reason. And had a lot of success, a lot of winners, like Al Monsieur. I bought him out of Mildura. He had 6 starts for 6 lasts as a 2-year-old. And we're on holiday.
Do you remember what he was by?
Oh, goodness me. He was a full brother to a horse that Joanne Justice had in Melbourne that was a nice horse.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I bought him. And got him home. He just went gangbusters.
So
he ran.
How many did he win?
16.
16. So he's one of your best horses, and Little Charger, and
Little Charger.
he went to America, didn't he?
He went to America. Proud Guy won a heap. Sporting Adius. He was another nice horse. My Franco's Reveal. I bought off David Shamel. He was a nice horse. Karumba. He was another nice one. Won a few here.
So for those that don't know, what were your colours?
I had 2 lots of colours. One was green and yellow sleeves and green armbands. And then I had red and white checks. So I had 2 sets of colours.
And who? Well, you can't remember how many horses you trained and drove, but you'd be in the hundreds, all of them. So that was fine. What you've seen? You've been at the top, and you've been at it's probably. I wouldn't say it's the lowest it is, because we keep saying that, but it keeps managing to get even worse off. Because unfortunately, the industry's not front and centre anymore. It's not cool to be in the trots anymore. You remember the good days. What do you think's one of the reasons that we are where we are? Where you know you go to the trots now and you can fire a cannon and probably not hit anybody.
I think really we probably mismanaged harness racing as a spectacle over a long period of time, which has driven people away. There's a lot of other options for people today. They can watch it on their phone. They can go and sit down in a pub and watch it on Sky Channel. There's not a great deal of incentive to go to the trots anymore. Like, people used to come to Globe Derby. It was a social night out. You could have a bet. There'd be 40 bookmakers in there. You could go and have a beer with your mates.
And it was a big night out.
It was a great night out. I'd drive halfway around Australia to drive a horse for somebody.
Yeah.
Now you wouldn't drive around the corner. You know?
And I suppose from your point of view, living up in the York Peninsula, that I suppose from your point of view, unless you've got a special horse racing here, if you've got one racing at Globe Derby, you can watch it on your TV, you can have your friends around, you can cook a barbecue and have a few beers and watch the race. If it goes good, you celebrate. If it doesn't, you go back and do whatever else you need to do, don't you?
I think harness racing started off as a big business and they've turned it into a small business. Like by shutting down country clubs like Port Augusta, Whyalla, all those clubs, Kadina,
Murray Bridge,
they've taken away all those people that used to go to Kadina that had standing start horses. Our last meeting we had there was our cup meeting. We had 3,500 people there. We had a band there, we had everything, and we had the board there tapping us on the back saying, Ken, your committee's done a fantastic job.
We're going to close you down next week.
3 days later, I get a phone call from Gerard Lawler and Mark Carey. We want to inspect your track. I said, what for? You was here Tuesday night. They met me at the track at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, walked 50 metres down the track and turned around, and Gerard Lawler said, well, you won't race here again, it's all over. Track's too dangerous. Unless you can build a 1,000-metre track, Kadina's finished instantly.
And you would notice yourself, being seen at Kadina at its best, and even to a lesser degree Mount Gambier, the number of people that attend those tracks go there for exactly what you're saying. Yeah. It's a family night out or a family day out or whatever.
Yep.
So I can remember when we lived in Imperium, we had a shack at Fisherman's Bay, and I would go to the trots. I was only a kid. I'd go to Kadina with Bruce James and his wife Joan, who was Margaret Vanstone's sister, and I didn't care what Mum and Dad were doing. They didn't go to the trots.
No, great.
They went to the trots in Imperium, but I had to get a ride with someone, you know, or you know, and everyone on the peninsula, whether he be a farmer, he always had a broodmare, and he put it in foal. There were stallions there with Dean James at Colpara and the Murdochs down at Ree, whatever. Well, now there's probably a handful of farmers that.
Well,
that
they shut those people out
of the
instantly.
game.
They lost the licence fees, they lost the registrations, they lost the colours, they lost all the stuff overnight because those people didn't have horses good enough to come to Globe Derby. So they just shut those people down.
And they have other... And I think you'll find that, you know, like I can remember a bloke called Tony Cannole in Perry, who is the late John Dennis's brother-in-law. Very, very astute horseman, very astute horseman. But once he got out of the game, he went and played bowls or whatever. He didn't have to get up at 5 o'clock and work his horses or 4 o'clock in the morning and then go to the Smelters and work. So once he got out of it, you don't see him again. They're finished. So.
A lot of people have just faded away.
Into nothing.
You know, they've just got sort of sick of it. I got to the stage where I didn't enjoy going to the trots.
And especially if you've got a young family, I don't think the wife's too keen on a bloke being at the horses all the time, you know.
No, they're a big commitment.
So just in closing, what's the best drivers you've seen in your time in
Gavin Lang.
Gavin Lang? Gavin
Lang would be the best I've ever seen.
Who else?
And a terrific bloke.
Yep.
Gavin, I bought a horse truck off Gavin and I hadn't seen him for years, and he'd walk up to you at Moonee Valley and talk to you. Yeah, lovely bloke, Gavin, but fantastic driver. Brian Gath was another good money driver. If the money was on, Brian was there.
What about South Australian?
Yeah, well, you had Kevin Brook. Like I raced against Maxie Evans, Kevin Brook, Brian Mitten, all those guys.
What about, so I always hold David Harding as one of the best. David you could put him on 100 to 1 pop and he'd win, and you'd think it was $1.20 the way he drove it.
It was a shame David got injured and stopped. He's a very good trainer.
Yeah, very astute.
Yeah, he was a really good driver. He's probably one of the best South Australia's seen.
Without a shadow.
Danny Hill, really good driver. It's over that era. You know, you look at some of the people and...
What about horses? What about some of the best horses you've seen? As far as, you know, like we can go through the, you know, the Koala Kings and the Pale Faces and all that, and on the Mighty Quinn. But what's something that you say? Well, if we had another one of them these days, it would make a difference, you know, because a lot of people used to go to the trots just to see those horses, didn't it?
Yeah, well, see, we never had sensational horses in here. Like when you had Into the Minions, you get those horses. But we had good fast class horses. Like as I said, when I had a little Charger, he won the Labor Day Cup and those races, won a heap of races here against Warrua Chief, Deep End, all those good horses, you know, that were racing around that time. Like Les Harding had, I think he had Warrua Chief, I'm not sure, but he had some nice horses as well. And they were real good fast class horses and good competitive races
Which
here.
they don't have that pool of horses anymore.
No, those
horses
good
have
races
either been
are
gone to America, gone to Perth, or gone to Queensland to race.
Someone snaps them up.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's what it is. It's what it is.
So you've probably seen the best of it. You've used a few postcodes in your time.
Yeah, look, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've made a lot of friends out of it. Had a lot of winners, a lot of good memories that I forgot, half of them. But it's been fun.
Yeah, and for people that don't know you, Ken, you've always been able to have a business or be successful. You love people, you're a people's person, but you've been able to mix that in with your passion for harness racing. And you are retired now, but you've probably been in the game for over 60 odd years, haven't you?
Long time.
Exactly.
Long time. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Ken,
Gary.
for your time. All the very best. Thank you.
All the best to you.